Hey, I'm David Mason. This is my 2018 BMW i3S, and I chose this car for a few reasons. Sustainability is really important to me. I have children. I want this place to be nice when they acquire it. It's great I have a pretty short commute, about 11 miles a day, so I never really have to worry about long trips. We take my wife's car for that. So charging at home, being able to not really go to gas stations, prepping the car in the garage to have the climate ready, all that stuff's really neat. So those are a few reasons why I chose it. I love just being able to charge at home, not having to go to gas stations, sort of just always ready to roll anytime I head out. A couple of weeks ago, I had to stop at an Electrify America to charge because I had like a ton of trips to make that day. And so I was in and out in about 20 minutes on the fast chargers. I can charge 80% in about 30 minutes, but I didn't need to do all of it because I just had a short trip home. So that was the last time. My kids love it. So there are 5 of us, so we don't all fit. That's probably the one negative part. There's a divider in the middle seat in the back. That can actually be good, depending on who's being good that day. But I think they love the quick acceleration, the sunroof. They like the visibility. They like being able to see out everywhere, and they think the doors are really cool. You can open those up, sort of like suicide doors. They think that feature is really neat. Yeah. I think probably the biggest tips, I think range anxiety is sort of one of those things that I worried about a lot before I had it, but in practice, I really don't find it too much of a thing. I've taken a few longer trips. I drove to Ohio to get it, for example, and I just had 2 30-minute stops to make it back to Tennessee. So I think that's probably the first tip I'd give is that don't sweat the range anxiety. It's not really that much of a thing. Second, make sure you get a charger at home. Having to go out and charge, I did that for the first couple of weeks, and that was pretty tough. Having it at home was just so easy. And, I can come home, park for lunch, charge for an hour, come back out, and I mean, that makes it really simple. I live in Oak Ridge, so probably at work. So I'm trying to talk some of our executive management into doing a charger at work. There are a few of us that have electric cars there. So I'm working on that. But in terms of public, I think along interstates and highways, every 100 or so miles, something like that would make it really a lot easier to take the kind of trips people would want to take that they couldn't otherwise do. I think there's a tax credit, so that's one. I mean, they'll get to claim some of that when they put it in. I think it could encourage people who don't otherwise have an inclination to go electric to do so. I think that's really important. I mean, there's no need to burn gas on the way to work and back, especially with shorter commutes. So definitely those 2 things, I think. There are certainly a lot of people that are moving from larger cities, and I think that they're going to want the ability to charge in public places and along highways. I think cutting down on air pollution. So like Tennessee doesn't have emission standards like some states, which is unfortunate, but the more EVs we can put on the road, the cleaner we get. So in those couple of ways. I mean, I was, to be honest. I'd done a bit of research, and so I looked at Tesla and a few others, but for the cost, this really seemed to be sort of the sweet spot for a fun car, the range that I needed, not necessarily that I thought I needed. I was definitely nervous in the beginning, but in the few months that I've had it, that's pretty much gone away. And so I had nerves for nothing, I guess.